We've kind of lost that. So when I was in China, people would put out fruit and drinks and tea for me. So I've started to emulate that upon my return to America. And this is what that room would be used for, entertaining. You have your tea set over there. And yep, they would have imported most of the tea from India or China back then. They were the huge exporters. This box I'll start with is called the Bible box. And it's important because Christianity was very embedded in the culture and the life of New England at that time. And you would keep the family Bible in here, if you can see into it. You had your births, your deaths, your marriages, all recorded in there. You had legal documents as well. And fire was an ever-present threat, so if there was a fire, this is where you ran first. You got this box and you got out. So you could preserve all that and your family history as well. So that's a nice original piece there. Also, letter writing, that's kind of died out. I love to write letters. I still handwrite letters regularly. So you had your pen and quill pen. I actually have a wooden one with a metal nub. It's easier to manipulate. But you dip it in the inkwell. You'd write out 2 or 3 letters, then go back for more ink. And after about a month, you've written a paragraph. And then once the letter's written...
No spell check either.
Yeah, no spell check. Actually, there was no correct way to spell words. You spell them phonetically, which I think is hilarious. You could spell pie, P-Y-E, if you wanted to. Or yeah, you read the old things. They standardized the language later on. They said, this is how pie is spelled, B-I-E, challenge me, fight me in a duel. This is filled with sand, which I thought was really cool. So after they wrote it, they'd go like this. And I saw that in a movie, and movies aren't the most historically accurate, but I'm like, what are they doing? And then they would kind of, have all the sand go in there. And it would dry the ink out. And envelopes, they had them, but they were really expensive. So people would just fold up the paper. And then, then you'd take your seal, and you had the wax vinyl seal. You'd melt on it, and you'd put... I have one of these too. They're great fun. You should buy it and do it. Just don't send it to the post office. It'll ruin the machines if it has that block. You put it in an envelope, and then and then you'd go over to the French house, 2 stores over, or 2 houses over, and you leave it on a table, and then when the writer came in, he'd just scoop all the mail up and put all the incoming, and people would just come and check on their mail. There were no addresses back then, like for houses. People just knew each other by their names. I thought that was very curious. And now nobody talks to each other on their streets. Yeah, I grew up in Hingham, but I made it a point when I moved in here, I'm going to introduce myself to everybody on the street. And I know a lot of people now, so I hope I'm a good neighbor. Spectacles were a thing back then. I believe Benjamin Franklin invented the bifocals, which is kind of neat. It was a blessing to humanity. So, and that's and all the curtains you see, I believe these are all loomed here in the Thayer house, in the loom room. They made these, which I'm impressed by.
Is this original wallpaper?
The wallpaper's a reproduction. If you look behind you, Will and Flora, you can see that's the original wallpaper. They uncovered when the house was not originally here. You know where the Thayer athletic fields are? It was like that. You go over the bridge and there's that little hollow on the right. There's like a little chain over an old road. That was where the house was.